Good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, 9 o'clock chair yoga. Right, my name is Pamela, and thank you for practicing this morning. Right, tools that you'll need, of course, sturdy chair. If you are on a surface that your chair might slide, please be safe, protect yourself, put yourself on a yoga mat. And we'll just start with a little opening, a little centering, and be comfortable. You can sit back this time, but try not to slump back or lean forward in your chair. Try to ground those feet. So almost the sensation of spreading your toes softly, kind of pushing into the mound of the big toe, mound of the pinky toe, inner outer spiral of both heels. Just natural, gentle space, maybe knees in line with the yep, welcome in. And those core muscles are softly pulling back, pelvis is tilting just a little bit, so that pubic bone is moving slightly forward and rolling towards your belly button. Hands wherever you feel comfortable, palms down or palms lifted. You can close down the eyes if you feel that is helpful. And just follow that inhalation through your nose. And just focusing on the inhalation. And being aware of any sensations that grab your attention there, right? Maybe you notice a little bit of cool air as you breathe in. And noticing the inhalation, not only the belly and the ribs, the lungs expand, maybe you can start to feel the ancillary muscles, maybe the neck. Just keep noticing that inhalation. And I'm going to ask you to count, right? How many counts it takes for you to get to the top of your inhale. Try not to overwork it or overthink it. Keep it natural, keep it smooth. So maybe your 2, 3, 4 count. And just stay with that, or just stay with counting the inhalation to see if your number stays the same or if it grows. And then I'd like for us to now double the length of your exhale. So right, if we inhaled for a count of 3, you're going to exhale for a count of 6. All of this through your nose, yeah? Or if you're feeling stuffy this morning, if you need to part the lips ever so slightly, then do that. Doubling the length of your exhale. So let's do this for 3 more rounds. And after that 3rd round, don't let me rush you if you're still going, no problem. Broadening through those collarbones, dropping the shoulders, the underarms away from the ears, setting that sitting bone down deep into your chair as you lift the ribs away from the waistline, drop that right ear to the right shoulder without picking up your shoulder. And then just sweep that left arm up and over. You could kind of arc, right? And be soft in that arm. If this brings any tension to your shoulder or your elbow. You can let that right hand grab hold of the chair underneath, or you can keep your right hand resting on your thighs. Or as I mentioned, if this left arm is feeling kind of sticky or disconnected from your body, bend the elbow and just place that hand at the back of your skull and just gently press your head into your arm and feel that wonderful stretch of the side body, chin in. Engage the core to slowly come out. Right, left ear to left shoulder, same thing. Pay attention to isometrically dropping the underarms, dropping the shoulders, anchoring down in those sit bones, but lifting the ribs away from the waistline, chin in. Slowly float that right arm up and over and see how you go. So for me, this side I'm much more tight and I feel a bit of restriction. And so I'm definitely going to bend my elbow and hold the back of my head, chin in, lean back. And I'm going to invite my left hand to reach for the chair. You can do so, or that arm on your lap, chin in, lift the ribs, side bend, lateral flexion for the spine. Use core strength, pull that navel back, slowly rise. Roll the shoulders back and down. Just 2 more. Very nice. And then you're going to hold on to create some space. So come forward on that chair. Right, you can stay where you are. Again, I'm just turning to the side so you can see position a little bit clearer. So I don't want to lean back and I don't want to hunch forward. I want to be directly over my hips, chin in, navel in. Lift that right leg, interlace your fingers around the hamstring, not the knee, yeah? So just underneath your hamstring and push so strongly that muscle into your hands and pull up on that muscle with your hands so you're feeling all this action in the neck, the shoulder, that thoracic outlet that we just stretched. Relax your shoulders and see if you can start to move that leg out a little bit and then come off the edge of my chair just a little more. And so the arms will come to straight or mostly straight. And just let that head hang. So my foot is just dangling, barely touching the floor. Using the weight of gravity, right? That muscle in the hands to relax the shoulders and get one last deep stretch across the that big SCM and then across the top of the shoulders. And then we'll slowly kick that foot out. Bend the knee, lift that knee up towards your chest. Exhale, inhale, kick. Exhale, inhale. Try to keep those arms mostly straight. Or they might bend a little bit when the knee lifts. Try one more. Good, bend that knee, hold that knee up towards your chest, holding at the hamstring, or if your knees are healthy, if you're feeling pretty good in your knees, you could grab at the shin, lift that knee a little higher into the right side of your body, right, your liver there, and your ascending colon, give it a little massage, lean slightly forward into it, relax your shoulders, and then can you now arch your upper back, push your back, I'm going to turn around, right, like that cat stretch, but try not to let the shoulders come up with you. Draw them down, pull that navel to the spine like a cat stretch, but you're holding that knee. So this is a version of Vayu Asana, right, our wing relieving pose. Slowly lift your head and your heart, and you'll extend again that leg just a little higher. If you're able to hold on to the ankle, some of you might hold peace fingers to the big toe, or some of you might hold on to your hamstring, right? So turn again to the side, noticing our good tall posture. We don't want to round or lean back, looking at your knee or your toes, whatever works. One more big breath, and you're going to bend that knee again and hold on to the outside of your foot with your left hand. Your right hand will hold the knee, and just slowly encourage that wonderful rocking, that hip opening, shoulders relax. So good. And then we are ready to put that right ankle on top of that left thigh. enough so that right foot is spilling over your thigh, so you've got some freedom here on your ankle. Pull your navel to your spine. Just invite that leg to be comfortable. Take your left hand to the right foot. Yeah, and just hang on to your right leg, and slowly, slowly, I want you to use that left hand to manipulate the ankle roll. So let that leg just kind of be dead weight, and use your left hand to slowly roll that foot around. And just notice if it feels smooth or choppy, if you're able to get into a full circle. And then we're going to roll the other way. Take your time. And again, I'd like for you to really let this movement happen from the wrist of your left hand. So we're getting kind of double duty here, right? So we're creating synovial fluid in the ankle and in the wrist, right? And working the joints of the fingers. Very good. We'll pause here, find our pigeon pose. So I'm going to just kind of shimmy my left foot. So my ankle, my knee, and my hip on the left side are all in alignment. I'm going to lift that rib cage away from my waistline, chin in, and bow forward until I feel that wonderful grab, yeah, in the right side of my glute. So you can hang on, gently press your right hand into your thigh. You can hang on to that right foot. You could reach your hands back, roll your shoulders back, chin in, belly to the spine, and dive a little deeper if that's you. Find your pigeon pose. Inhale. Really big sigh of the breath. Yeah, exhale. Make that sound so you release a little more of that gripping in your body. Sigh the breath out to let the body go. Deep, 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 deep stretch. This should feel pretty darn good. You should feel a nice stretch across piriformis, a big stretch opening up your hip. Start to pull your navel to your spine. Start to lift your head and shoulders up to the sky. And take that foot off gently. Widen your stance. Yeah, come forward towards the edge of your chair and slowly start to bend your left knee, pivot on the ball of your left foot. It's slow, gentle, little windshield wipers with a little twist, right? So moving your belly, then your ribs. Knees come forward, pivot on the ball of your foot, belly, ribs. Keep going, just kind of slide yourself around on that chair, use your hands. Good. Next time, we'll hold when we're at center. Readjust your feet, readjust your seat. Sigh the breath out, give it a little smile. And when you're ready, you will lift that left knee, holding onto the hamstring, right? Push down, 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 down. So here's something else I want us to do, actually. I want you to change the grasp of your hands. So your fingers are interlaced probably exactly how you were on the other side. So I'm going to come a little closer just so you can see this, right? So I want you to move 1 finger distance away. So those index fingers now, I want you to move your index finger in between the middle finger and just move your fingers 1 finger distance away. Changing the cross of your hands. What is the purpose of that, you ask? Pattern interruption. We talk about this a lot. Push down to lengthen and strengthen. Pattern interruption. Good for the brain to fire different neurons, right, to be cognitively healthy, but also just to feel something different also, yeah? Good to shake up those patterns, keep us mentally sharp. 1 more big breath here. And slowly extend. Inhale this time. Exhale, lift that knee towards the chest. Inhale, kick. Exhale, good. Really keep pushing into the belly of that muscle so your arms are mostly straight. So you're getting this big stretch. Neck, shoulders, arms. Keep those shoulders away from the ears, please, when you bring that knee Upright, we don't want to bring the shoulders up. Keep them down, lots of space. One more and hold. You can stay here or you can interlace. Right now, keep it opposite. Move those fingers, one webbing apart. Hug that knee, lean slightly forward into the spleen, into the descending colon. Drop that chin towards your chest by arching your back first. Round the shoulders away from your ears. Push into that cat stretch. Sigh the breath out. Vayu Asana, wind relieving pose. Lift your eyes, lift your heart, and slowly extend that leg wherever it wants to go. Walking down your leg, posture tall, leaning slightly forward if anything, but we don't want to be leaning back, right? So hold at the hamstring, the calf, or the foot, wherever your body will let you. Relax the shoulders. One more big breath. Should feel pretty darn good. Bend that knee carefully. Take your left hand to the outside of your knee. Your right hand to your left foot. Adjust that left leg as you need. Stacking knee, ankle, knee, and hip. Just open and close. External, internal rotation for your hips. And just feel, notice if you have more or less range of motion on this side. And when you're ready, we'll bring that foot on top, ankle on top, enough room to let that foot spill over. And again, just feeling if this is different, right? Notice what feels different on this side. Maybe your knee is higher, you don't have as much openness on this side. All good. Support your knee, yeah? Take that right hand to your left foot and slowly let that ankle, let that foot, let that leg be dead weight. And use the right hand to slowly crank that ankle into a circular motion. Use that breath. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. Mind the shoulders, mind your breath. You might even close your eyes. And just breathe with this movement. 2 more in this direction, please. And then you'll roll the other way. Slow and controlled. You might even get that shoulder in there if you want to. And get your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder involved. So juicing up all the joints of the arm. Synovial fluid, right? Keep yourself nice and juicy. Lubricated, flexible, hydrated. Very nice. We'll pause, pause, pause. Inhale. Exhale, start to hinge slightly forward. Ooh, yeah. And maybe placing both hands on that left thigh. Pull the navel back, chin back, shoulders relax. If you feel like you want to challenge your balance a little bit, release those hands away from the chair. Let them kind of energize behind you. Flare those fingers. Lift your heart, roll your shoulders. Lift the heart a little more. Get that extension and that little back bend. So the cow shape, dropping your heart down and forward. Flex that foot. Reaching those fingers energetically, reaching behind you. If this doesn't feel safe, then hold on to that chair. Hinge forward a little more, finding yourself in that pigeon pose. Navel to spine. Breathe. So a good placement for your neck, if you are hinged forward, I want you to look at the big toe of the right foot. Pull that navel to the spine, relax your shoulders. One more big breath, release, release, release. And come on up. my, very nice. Both feet on the floor. That should feel pretty nice. Keep those feet just a little bit wider, not as wide as we did before. And just kind of knock your knees in and then open. Knock those knees in and open. Just 3 more. And open. Good. And coming off the edge of your chair, soles of the feet are touching. Use your hands to hold on. I've got my hands at the seat back of my chair. I'm going to turn around so you can just get a different angle. Soles of the feet together. Little Baddha Konasana, little butterfly pose. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Pull your navel to your spine. Squeeze your elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift, lift, lift your heart. And drop your shoulders. Maybe look up where the wall meets the ceiling in whatever room you are practicing. Or maybe your eyes go all the way to the ceiling. Drop your head back if that feels comfortable. Extension for the spine. So we have done lateral flexion. We've done that side bending. We've rounded the spine in flexion, and now we're back bending, extension. Carefully come out. We're going to take some twists for our body. And so feet, knees, hip width apart. When I say hip width apart, you've got these little bony bits. You can even check them out on your body, or those little protrusions there in the front of your hip, your ASIS joints, right? We want your knees in line with that. So take a big inhale, lift your heart to lift the arms, drop your shoulders away from your ears, belly, ribs, eyes towards the right, and then gently hug the back of your chair with your right hand and let that left hand come to the outside of your right knee. Check your knees, right? Make sure they're not flying over to the left. Keep them in line. Use that belly to press to the right and your left hand to kind of act as resistance. So I want you to feel, just like we did with the hands, the hamstring, that push-pull sensation. I want you to push into the arm or the hand and the hand into the leg. Equal pressure. If you feel like you want a little more, so option is just to stay here. If you want a little more, you're going to bend that right knee and you're going to reach for the outside of your right foot. Extend that right leg. Move your belly, your ribs, and your eyes all the way to your right shoulder, and you'll release your right hand behind you as well. So I'm going to come to the side. You can see, stay exactly where you are. Right? No need to move. Belly, ribs, eyes. So the arms are level with the shoulder, and that leg is extending from your hip. You don't have to be here. Right? This is a little more advanced twist. You feel like you want it, that's fine. Relax the shoulders, bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee. Slowly unwind. Take a big inhale, lift the heart to lift the arms. And move that rib cage first. And then hold on to the back of the chair. Right back of hand to the outside of your left knee. You might need to take a peek if your right knee is coming forward of your left knee. You can't see this probably on the camera, but my left knee is actually forward of my right knee is forward of my left knee. And we want to stay even. So I'm going to pull my right hip back. So pull that right sitting bone back. Notice that that's happening for you. And we have misalignments, asymmetry in the body for a variety of reasons. Doesn't make it wrong or bad. It just is what it is. So you're holding onto the back of the chair if you wish. Push, pull simultaneously, knee into hand, moving that hip back so those knees are even. Or if you wanted to, lift your left knee, hold the outside of your foot, extend your leg, belly, ribs, eyes to the left. Maybe you take your left arm out behind your shoulder, chin over that left shoulder, crown of the head to the sky. Nice. Big breath. Leaning slightly forward, if anything, right? We don't want to lean back into our chair. Tone that belly, pull that navel to the spine, slowly unwind. Yeah, so we have moved the spine in 4 directions, right? Side bending, lateral flexion, flexion rounding for the spine, extension, back bending, and twisting. Yay! So hopefully you feel really good and nourished and long in your spine. When you're ready, you can either come up and we'll take some warrior postures standing, or I'm going to show you where to start here on the floor. So, sorry, in your chair. So option 1 is to stay in the chair. I'm going to just take that sumo out to the side, right knee, right toes out to the right, and extend that left leg. Adjust yourself so you're nice and secure on that seat, but we want a nice straight line. So I'm pushing into the outside edge of my left foot, coming all the way up, right? Head over the heart, heart over the belly, right knee, right toes moving to the right, arms out parallel. We're going to externally rotate the shoulders to lift the palms. So you stay here if this is where you'd like to be. If you want a little bit more, check it out. Stand up, right knee on the chair, and right, you're going to get a really big stretch here at the groin, at the adductors. So a little warrior 2 with just a little added oomph this morning, huh? So wherever you are, standing and your foot on the chair or sitting in the chair, I'd like for you to inhale, lift your heart to lift the arms. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Bend your elbows. Notice you're going to cross your hands. Your palms are going to face the back of your skull. Notice which hand is closest to your skull, right? And then just sweep out. Don't overthink it. I'm going to do it many, many times. And then flexion for your wrists, right? So you're trying to like push the walls away. Inhale, palms will face each other, shoulders away from the ears. Bend your elbows. Cross your hands behind your head. Notice which hand is closest to your skull. And then sweep out, push. Inhale. Bend the elbows. Notice if the hands are changing or if it's the same hand. Don't do anything different, just notice. One last time, one more. Good, and then I want us to hold here. Can you look down your right shoulder, look at your right wrist, relax your shoulders. Sigh the breath out. Very nice. Release those hands. I'd like for you to interlace your hands behind you. If you can, get the palms together. So again, whether you're in your chair, that's great. Knuckles maybe resting on the seat, or if you want a little more, lift them away from you. Wherever you are, just opening up that chest. And then we're going to side bend. Side bend, take the head with you. Side bend. Lengthen the side body. Press those hands away. Extended side angle with a little more strength. Very nice. Come back, center. Release, roll the shoulders. So both your feet are back to your regular chair shape. If you're standing on foot on chair, you're just standing now in mountain pose with a little shoulder roll. Okay? If you're standing in that mountain pose, start to make a walk over to the other side of your chair. Open that left leg, knee, ankle to the left, right leg perpendicular. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Warrior 2, warrior B, Virabhadrasana 2, open, hang out, or, yeah, foot on the chair. So your ankle is directly, or your knee is directly over your ankle. Get that openness, same feeling. And one more time, arms out, roll the shoulders back, palms up. So remember that I asked you to notice which hand was closest to your skull. We're going to inhale and we're going to change that pattern interruption. So lift the arms up overhead, bend your elbows, change the hand that's closest to your head. You might have to switch. I just had to think about it myself. And exhale, push those walls away. Inhale. Shoulders away from the ears, bend the elbows, opposite hand closest to the skull. I still had to, maybe it's the talking and moving at the same time, but I had to change it up. There you go. I really have to think about it. Bend those elbows. One more time, one more time, one more time. And then we're going to hold, right? Push those walls away. Flexion in your, extension in your wrist. So moving those fingers back towards your shoulders and then looking at your left back with your hand, chin level with your shoulder. Ooh. Very nice. Little change. Relax the the extension in your wrist. Fingers pointing away. Reach your torso, reach your torso, reach your torso. Get nice and long in that side body. Relax your shoulders. Take the head with you. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then place that left forearm on your thigh, right hand behind your back, and really roll that left back rib cage. So we're in that more traditional and extended side angle. Stay there. I'm just going to model from the chair, from standing. Chin in. Good. A few more breaths. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, you're going to take yourself out of your shape. Those of you seated in your chair, stay seated in your chair. Knees, feet underneath those hips. Into standing mountain pose to the side of your chair. Tadasana. Very, very nice. So, few things. Standing or seated, I'm going to show seated first. If you're seated, I would like for you to turn sideways as I am. Really hang on to the back of your chair. Scoot yourself off so your right cheek is hanging off of the chair. Yeah, and then you're just going to softly, slowly, and you know your bodies, right? I don't see you live and in person. Haven't spent any time talking with you all about your body. So just pay attention and keep it friendly and safe in your body. Maybe your first option is just to kind of slide that right foot back and just drop your right knee. So you're in kind of this low crescent lunge, right? An Untitled. You're really holding onto the back of the chair. The other option is to lift, right, that foot and hold onto the ankle. Flex your foot a little bit and bring your heel to your bum and then kind of push your foot into your hand, right? So modified dancer pose. What do you do if you want to stand? Right? Hopefully everyone's okay here. I want you just to stay here, keep holding this. If you can't reach for your foot, then I want you to keep that leg back, toes on the ground. If you're standing, very similar. Face the chair, quadricep, right? Just a quadricep stretch. If you want more, push your foot into your hand, lift your heart, right? And then maybe you slide your left hand towards the other side of your chair and drop yourself into as much or as little of a dancer pose that you feel safe and happy doing, right? So push foot into hand, lift your heart, maybe slide that hand forward and melt that heart down towards your chair. Keep kicking your foot into your hand, right? Looking in the direction of that knee. So looking in at the left side of the wall, slowly relax down. Mountain pose on the right side of your chair, or just sitting in that chair and take a deep breath. And hopefully that went well. If there's any question or confusion, feel free to get up and type a chat. We're going to come to the other side in just a moment. So standing, folks, you could stay here if you wanted to, just adjust your body. So standing, we'll start with you. Slowly bend that left knee so your heel is towards your tush. Over here just so you can see. Okay. And then pop knees to knees. Pop that quadricep forward, flex your foot, open your heart to the right, eyes to the right, kick your foot into your hand, right? And flex, flex, flex. Maybe you just stay here. Maybe you start to reach for that right side of the chair. Push, 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 and facing the right, right? I was just turning around so you can see as much or as little as you want in the chair. So standing people hold that, right? In the chair, you are going to shift. You're going to move your knees to the right, hold on to the back of the chair. Let that left cheek hang off. Slide slowly, that ball of the left foot. Extend the leg behind you. Right? Bend the knee. Maybe you stay here, and that's lovely. Left hand on your right thigh, right hand holding onto the back of the chair so you're safe. Maybe you're able to bend that knee and hold on to your foot. See, this side already feels different for me. Right? Maybe it's accessible for you, maybe it's not. Flex your foot. Face the right, push your foot into your hand. Oh, such a good back bend, such a good stretch for the upper back, the chest, right? That ventral drag, that rounding, that hunching over. This is a great antidote for that. Standing folks, you've been holding for a while, so slowly drop down and come to mountain pose. Chair folks, 2 more breaths. Push, pull, hold on to the back of that chair. It's strong. Gently, right? Don't fling it out. Gently come on down. Yes. Oh my goodness. Everybody come and sit down in that chair. Woo, all the way back. Take a deep breath. Hands to the thighs. Maybe even close your eyes. And just, tell yourself a few nice words, right? A few little praise, accolades, right? For trying something different, right? For feeling your strength, for showing up. That dancer pose is can be a lot, right? So feel good about your accomplishments. Feel good in your body. One more big breath here. Excellent. So sitting all the way back in your chair, pull your navel to your spine, chin in, hinge from your hip, bring your hands over your knees. And then I want us just to slowly press those arms forward. So now your elbows are moving towards your knees, your eyes are on your toes, and pause. I want you just to stay halfway here. Right, so stay halfway here. I'm going to turn around so you can see what this looks like. Little bit of roundness in my back, but not too much. Pull that navel to the spine, drop your chin to your chest. Let gravity take your head. So you're getting more of an openness, more of a flexion in your cervical spine. Right? Those of you who have active osteoporosis or any dis-eases or any projects going on in your low back, I want you to stay here. This is as far as you go. And if your back is healthy and you feel good, pull that navel to the spine. Come into Uttanasana, your forward fold. Let the crown of the head go towards the ground. Side breath out. You might even give a little nod. No, anybody, even if you're halfway, you might give a little nod. No. Slowly roll your chin to one shoulder and then the other. Relax your jaw. Yes. Wherever you are, place your hands on your shin. So if you're all the way folded or halfway folded, hands on the shin. Push your heart forward, hands in the shin, flat back, chin into your throat, not your chest, but feeling like the back of your neck is shining to the sky. Navel to the spine. Half a forward fold. Yeah? Exhale. Bend your elbows, round that cervical spine, drop your chin to your chest. So we're in forward fold. Those of us with back projects, we're staying here. Those of us with healthy spine, you're all the way back in that complete forward fold. Exhale deeply. One more time, hands to shins. Wherever you are, lift that chest, chin into the throat. Get a nice long neck. Pull your navel to your spine. Shoulders away from the ears. This should feel quite magical in your upper back. Pull your navel to your spine. Carefully walk yourself up all the way up. Very nice. Good. I'm going to stay sideways so you can continue to see my shape. You guys are facing front. I want you to take your hands, please, to the back of your chair. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Really squeeze them together like you're trying to get your elbows to touch, your shoulder blades to touch. Pull your navel to your spine. Lift your heart. Okay? And again, maybe looking up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Pull your navel back. So Uttanasana, Camel Pose, version of your Camel Pose. So you can stay here, right? Or if you want to, if you're feeling like you want a little more sensation, make sure your chair is steady and safe. Like lift your hips off of the floor and shine them to the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Pull your navel to your spine. Look up to the ceiling, please. Don't look at the screen. Protect your neck. So full camel pose or a variation of our wheel pose. You don't have to lift your hips up off the ground or off of the chair. Eyes on the ceiling, chin in. Slowly lower your hips to the seat if you were up. Everybody come right back to a nice tall seated spine. Woo. Lots of strong movements today. Feel good in your body. Feel accomplished. Take a deep breath, maybe close the eyes. So good. One more breath here. Good. And then we're going to push ourselves all the way back into that chair. Pull the navel to the spine. Yep. And then we're going to open up the arms out to that wonderful parallel shape. Shoulders away from the ears, palms are up. Now I want us to slide the right arm underneath the left, and your elbow will touch the right elbow crease. So you're just making an X. See that? Right? But your arms are level with your shoulders. Now take a big intentional sigh of the breath out. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then just lift your fingers to the sky. I'm going to come a little bit closer. So just the backs of the arms are touching, right? And very often in this shape, I see a lot of stuff happening with the wrists, people tweaking their fingers and their wrists. So if you're struggling and your wrists are bending and flexing, please don't do that. Here's your option. Your right arm is going to come closest to your body, and you're just going to hug for your shoulder blades. Drop your shoulders away from the ears, and then just lift your elbows ever so slightly. See how tiny of a movement that is? Away from your chest, right? So that's option one. Option two, backs of the arms are touching with the wrists straight and strong, fingers together. If you're able to do that and you want to advance it a little bit, you're going to hold on right fingers to your left thumb. But again, if that's pulling your wrist in all sorts of crazy directions, please don't do it. So Gardasana, eagle arms. What's its purpose? Stretching through the upper back, shoulders. Yeah, and then we're going to do the same with our legs. Yep, so scooch forward. Now I think I had you all the way back in your chair. Scooch forward a little bit. Take your right leg over your left and squeeze your inner thighs together. Maybe your right toes reach the ground. And that's enough. Right? If you want more, you're going to double wrap. So you're going to take that right foot all the way around. Squeeze everything into the midline, drop your shoulders, lift your fingers. You're still here if that is where you are, hugging your chest. One more big breath here. Firebird pose, lift your heart. Exhale, exhale, bring your elbows and your eyes towards your heart. Whether you're hugging or you're in eagle, doesn't matter. Look to your belly button, look to your elbows. And lift your eyes, lift your heart. Slowly unwind those arms, roll your shoulders back. Touch your hands to your shoulders. Unwind those legs. Open and close and release. 2 breaths here. Good. This time we'll just start, turn those palms up, lift your arms shoulder height, drop those shoulders away from the ears and pull and retract your shoulders back. Left arm underneath the right or hug, right? Reach left hand to the right shoulder blade, drop the shoulders away from the ears, lift your elbows slightly, feel that amazing stretch. Or fingers to the sky or holding on to your thumb. Relax those shoulders, chin in. Take that left leg, hamstring on the thigh, maybe the toe touches the floor. Squeeze your inner thighs wherever you are, right? And then maybe even double wrap if you want to, that left foot all the way around. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to level your hips. Side breath out, relax your shoulders. Chin in. Lift the elbows just a little bit and then drop the shoulders. One more big breath here. Inhale, exhale, firebird pose. Warm up that belly, relax your shoulders, bring your elbows into your belly. Eyes, elbows towards your belly button. Let that chin drop to your chest. Shoulders away from the ears. Feet on the ground. Slowly unwind. Lift up, open those arms up. Uncross those legs, scoot your bum back. Whoop, whoop. Keep your arms up. Now I want you to make a little C shape with your hands, right? Little C shape, arms out, and just roll your thumbs down, roll your thumbs back so your palms are up, roll your thumbs to the back wall, and then again, thumbs to the back wall, but palms up, palms down, just 3 more. Plant those feet. Good, and bring those hands down and walk yourself all the way back. Settle in, be comfortable. Maybe place your hands on your belly if that feels good, or hands on your thighs. There's no wrong way to do this. I want you to be comfortable. Chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head to the sky. Sigh the breath out. Inhale through the nose. One more time, sigh the breath out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose if you can. Close down the eyes. You give yourself the gift of really feeling, moving internally, right? Moving with your breath. So the body outside is still, skeleton still, but internally, right? Breath. Moving that blood, moving those cells, massaging the organs, feeding your bones. Can you feel that wonderful breath inside your body? Can you be so in tune with it that It's almost as if it's lulling you, like rocking you, cradling you, or ebbing and flowing like a tide moving in and out. Be so aware of your breath that you feel and hear and sense nothing else. Whole body vibrating, pulsing with this life force. Continue to fill and expand with your breath. Breath by Dana Folds. Breath, the mindful breath, the rhythm out and in, the wave that washes through our days, creating space for stillness, sorrow, joy, or exaltation. Full and empty, ebb and flow, breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort, but to breathe and listen. You're very welcome to stay here and continue your meditation after we sign off. Or you can ever so gently start to roll the tongue inside the mouth over the teeth and give an intentional swallow. You might open and close fingers and toes. You might roll the hands at the wrists or open and close the hips, the knees, the toes. Take a big inhale, lift the heart, lift the arms. Exhale, float those arms down. And bring those hands together in the center of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Lifting your heart to your head and softly bringing your head to your heart as I bow in honor to the mindful breath in me, which bows and honors to the mindful breath in each and every one of you. In this space, we remain one. Namaste, everybody. Unmute if you have any questions at all. Otherwise, stay in your meditation or have a fabulous day. Thank you, everybody.